Well, let's just jump right in here. I'm assuming if you are watching this video, you are experiencing the same issue that I am with the Whirlpool Cabrio AGI model washer. What we experience from time to time is that our tub inside the washer will not engage and won't spin. And what we end up with is a error on our readout here that says SD. If you look online, that can mean a few different things, but in our case, what it means is the hub underneath the tub is worn out and is not engaging the shaft under the tub. Therefore, it won't spin and the washer won't work. So I am here today to show you my repair. Please understand this is for educational purposes only. Here are some tools that you will need for the job, and a few that just kind of make the repair a little bit easier. Got a 3/8 inch drive here, a 7/16 socket. You're going to need one extension or a few extensions in combination that'll let you reach 14 inches minimum. Flashlight, help you see. Little wire brush to clean things up a little bit. A rubber mallet, a little block of wood, 2x2x4 is works great. This comes in handy. It's just a electric screwdriver with a medium Phillips bit, a medium flathead, medium Phillips head screwdriver. Of course, you'll need the repair kit here. This is the part in question. That's what fails on us, so that's what we'll be replacing. I believe they just give you these two covers here just to for different models that can be repaired in this situation. I will give you the number here just in case you need it. We ordered this right off Amazon. And just some shop towels or some paper towels to help clean up afterwards. As always, safety is first and foremost, so make sure that you unplug the machine before you try to perform any repairs. Your first step is going to be to remove this cap. You can use a flathead screwdriver. There's a small insert right here that you can just pop that in and twist, and it'll pop the cap off. Your next step is going to be removing this plunger seal. There's these plastic arms right here. Notice the position of the ears on the end of these plastic arms because you'll need to replace this seal once you get the repair done and you're putting everything back together. This is the point at which you will need your drive, your 7/16 socket, and the extension. That bolt that you can see at the bottom here is what attaches this agitator assembly to the drive shaft underneath the tub. As you can see, the tub wants to turn as you're trying to loosen that bolt. So what you can do is reach down in and grab one of the fins on the agitator assembly and just hold that steady, which will hold the tub steady as you ratchet on this and get that bolt to loosen up. It will be kind of tight, so you got to put a little muscle on it, but it'll eventually come free. It's a little difficult to see, but I have the bolt totally removed at the bottom. Your next step is going to be removing this entire agitator assembly in one piece. This is very important. You want to lift the entire thing out as one piece and do not allow it to tip over because the inner workings of the agitator can fall out. If these parts fall out, you can get them back in, but it is very, very difficult to get them back in the correct placement. So just be careful when you're lifting this out and set it aside in an upright manner. Next, just reach down in and remove the entire bottom portion of the agitator unit. This should look familiar as it is one of the pieces that arrives in the repair kit. This is the cover that is over top of the hub. You'll see 6 screws. surrounding it. You want to remove those and set those aside safely. Once those 6 screws are removed, this cover will lift right off. Now right here is the issue at hand. If you can notice that small white hub on there, looks familiar because it is the new hub that comes in the repair kit. The problem is this hub is sitting on this shaft and it should not be able to move freely. Yet, as you can see, this one is. It's moving around the shaft where it should be locked in so that it will help assist in turning the tub. That's the part that we need to replace. This will likely be the most difficult part of the repair for most, as this white hub is pretty unwilling. It does not slide up over the drive shaft like the cover does. Now there is a little bit of room underneath it here, so you can pry it a little bit. I wouldn't recommend trying to cut it off because you could end up damaging the drive shaft and or the tub surrounding it. But you just need to be persistent. With a little muscle, you can remove it. I just wanted to offer a quick look at the diagnosis here. You can see the new part, the fresh part on the right here has the teeth inside the cog are very defined. You know, this is the new piece. You can see on the inside of the old one, they're just non-existent. They're worn down. They've just been ground down over time. That's what's not allowing this to engage the dry shaft and turn the tub. Before I install the new part, I just like to take just a small wire brush and just hit this drive shaft very quickly, just to get some of the any dirt, debris, residue, any metal shavings, anything like that out of there before installing the new piece. Okay, so once you've got that drive shaft cleaned up, you can use a paper towel or a shop towel and just clean up the surrounding area. And then your next step is going to be to install the new plastic hub. Once you put it on, when you get about halfway down, you're going to meet some resistance right there. And then this is where I'll show you just a trick that I use. Now these are the covers. Here's the old cover. Here's the new cover. You can take the new one and set it on top of the old one and just butt them together like this. And then set them straight down on top so that they're resting evenly right on top of the plastic hub. Now take that small block of wood, set it on top of the assembly there, and you're just going to use a rubber mallet to just gently tap that until the new plastic hub is seated at the bottom. So here you can see I've got the new hub installed and it's seated at the bottom, and just for reference you can tell if I grab that hub and turn it, it's now engaged with that drive shaft, so it's allowing me to turn the tub where I wasn't able to do that before. So the easy way to tell if you are finished is you can take your new cover and set it down over top of the assembly, get it lined up, and if it's seated here at the bottom, then you are finished. You're ready to reinstall the screws and then begin working backwards through the steps assembling the agitator. So here I've got the screws started to reattach the cover. Two things to note: you want to work diagonally so you got better distribution, and also do not over tighten. You don't want to take a chance of damaging something or stripping out one of the screws. Okay, once you've got the new cover on and the screws are in, you want to take your bottom portion of the agitator with the fins, set it down in there, center it over the drive shaft, and just let it drop. You want to make sure that that is seated correctly. So here's the upper portion of our agitator. You can see the bolt there at the bottom. We want to put this down in and center it so that that bolt is centered, and then we can reattach that with our socket wrench. So again, just like before, when we are working to reattach this bolt, that tub is going to want to spin. So just as we did during the disassembly, just reach down in and grab a hold of the bottom portion, one of the fins on the bottom of the agitator assembly, and hold the tub still while you continue to tighten that bolt. But remember, don't over tighten. So here we are getting close to finishing our reassembly. Our next step is going to be reinstalling the seal back inside the agitator assembly. Before doing so, make sure to check the black O-ring around the outside. Make sure that it's in good shape with no cracks or splinters. This can be kind of difficult to get to seat back inside of here. What I found is just adding a small amount of water to the O-ring and then seating it, it will help it seat a lot easier. With our seal reset, we're ready for our last step. We're just going to take our cap, set it on top, give it a good push. You'll hear it click. That means it's seated. We're ready to go. Once you finish the reassembly and plug the machine back in, I would first recommend doing a small load of laundry to ensure that the repair went as planned.